Learning Tagalog language by Edupedia World. This time we're going to talk about basic forms. The second component of a verb, either transitive or intransitive, is a basic form. The basic form itself has two components, an affix, or more precisely, the basic form of an affix and a verb phrase. Thus, verb composed of two components, we have the aspect, and now we have the basic form. And basic form have two also aspects and components. We have the first, the affix, and the second, we have the base. The arrangement of aspect, affix, and base in the branching diagram above does not necessarily represent the sequence in which these elements occur in an actual verb form. The aspect may be signaled by a duplicating syllable that comes immediately before the base by a change in the form of the affix, and so on. Furthermore, the affix and the base may occur in any of three different order relations, according to whether the affix is a prefix, an infix, or a suffix. In basic forms, a prefix precedes a base. For example, we have the mag, which is these three letters M-A-G precedes the base bakasyon, or vacation. In the basic form magbakasyon, have an vacation. An infix follows the first consonant of a base. We have the which is follows the first consonant of the base liwanag, clearness. In the basic form lumiwanag, become clear. Next, we have the suffix, which is follows the entire base, which is an which is follows the base or rust. In the basic form kalawangin, get rusty. Note that the placement of the hyphen is used to indicate the position of the affix in relation to the base. A hyphen after the affix indicates that the affix is a prefix and precedes the base. Hyphens on both sides of the affix indicate that the affix is an infix and is surrounded by the base. A hyphen before the affix indicates that the affix is a suffix and follows the base. When a base begins with a glottal stop, the position of an infix after the first consonant is not reflected in conventionally spelling, since the glottal stop itself is not symbolized. Thus, with a base like Alice, departure, the infix forms a basic form that is spelled umalis, depart. And the spelling does not reveal the infixing process, although a phonemic respelling umalis does. Certain affixes, which may be called complex affixes, consist of two or more distinct components, one of which may, for example, be a prefix and another a suffix. Thus, the basic form pagsulatan, write on, pagsulatan, contains, in addition to the base sulat, which is writing, the prefix P-A-G, and the suffix an, A-N. Such affixes are written with three dots separating the components pag and an. It is convenient to refer to verbs formed with a given affix by labels such as mag, which is verb, and for verb, in, verb, and such labels are used in this text primarily with reference to basic forms. Thus, magbakasyon is a mag verb because its basic form includes mag. Similarly, The aspect mark forms of verbs are sometimes referred to by such formulas as the imperfective form of a mag verb, the contemplated form of an verb, the perfective form of an in verb. Of the many verbal affixes that occur in Tagalog, only a rather small subset occur in basic sentences. The affixes that do occur in basic sentences may be called major affixes. The other affixes is called derived affixes. Verbs formed with major affixes are major verbs. Those formed with derived affixes is called derived verbs. For a detailed treatment of the major affixes, the derived affixes, which in general may be predicates as occurring or not occurring with a given base once it is known what major affixes the base accepts. The second component of a basic form, the base, is the part that expresses the core of meaning of the verb. This core of meaning is in some cases a particular type of activity or movement. For example, we have the upward motion is expressed by the base akyat for the upward motion, which occurs in basic forms such as umakyat, climb, mag-akyat, move, or something upward. In other cases, the core of meaning is a concrete entity involved in the actions or events expressed by the basic form. For example, anak, child or offspring, is the base of such basic forms as manganak, give birth, and ipanganak, be born. Or the core of meaning may be an abstract quality, which is, we have example, ganda, beauty, which occur as the base of such basic forms as gumanda, become beautiful, and gandahan, which is beautified. As the above examples show, a single base may be common to a number of different basic forms. These basic forms are differentiated from one another by the affixes with which the base occurs. There is no general rule for determining the affixes, at least the major affixes that a given base accepts. There are, however, relatively few major affixes, and they grow themselves into certain sets, each member of which is accepted by the same bases. A base that occurs with a particular set of major affixes is said to be belong to a particular affix correspondence class, and many bases belong to more than one such class that is occur with more than one set of major affixes. So that is the second part of the verbal predicate. So thank you for listening, Edupedia World.